Vietnam is often known in English as the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. It is part of sea bordered by oceans on the west and south, with China to the north and Cambodia, Laos to the south. Vietnam was a country ravaged by war from 1959 to 1975. It all began with the North Vietnamese first guerrilla attacks against the south. In 1959, Vietnam has been split into two by the Geneva Accords. The north was under a communist government while the south is democratic. The USA, seeking to stop the spread of communism, provided military advisors to help combat the North guerrilla.
During the war, the Americans used a defoliant named Agent Orange. It is an extremely toxic dioxin compound which is used to defoliate forested and rural land, depriving northern guerrillas of cover, forcing them to flee to the US-dominated cities. Agent Orange is estimated to have caused 400,000 people killed and 500,000 children born with birth defects from this lethal chemical. This simple act has created a saddening sight in Vietnam. The United States are in the midst of developing medicine for these side effects and also compensating Vietnam for their victims. The US has signaled that the cleanup and remediation of Agent Orange is a priority. They will place major efforts to remediate dioxin residue in major hotspots, like the Da Nang airport. The United States has also felt that they have a duty to provide for Vietnam's disabled citizens without regard to cost.
A major problem that Vietnam is currently facing is poverty and poor living conditions. Most people living in the rural areas earn an average of about $2 a day. They live in homes which are not properly developed. They have very little education, thus they are not able to have proper jobs with high salaries. The poorest people live in remote villages with limited access to transportation and social interactions. These people have limited access to productive resources and basic financial services such as credit and savings. Foreign investment is key to resolving poverty in Vietnam. The most enticing factor that attracts these foreign businesses is cheap labor. These investors establish their factories which are labor intensive, thus a lot of workers are needed, creating more job opportunities for the less qualified poor. Boosting the economy will allow government to splash more funds and resources on building and infrastructures in rural areas where connections are lacking. This would improve transport links between villages and cities. Also, due to improve in transport, the government would be able to provide aid to the poor people in building proper houses for them.
His life is very quiet, nobody's here, so it's very sad.
Chú thí dụ chú trồng đồ, trồng cam, trồng dừa rồi vậy á.
He grows orange trees, coconut trees, and he take care of the trees, and he help harvesting the fruits.
Bắt bậy ốc gì vậy á?
Chú nấu hả?
Hả? Nấu bếp đó. Bếp gì đó?
There's an oven in the corner of this room. He catch fish and snails from the river and he cooks it himself.
Ngày làm 6 tiếng. Rồi sáng 8 đến 11 chiều chứ 2 giờ đến 5 giờ.
Okay, so he works in the morning from 8 to 11 and in the afternoon he works from 2 to 5.
Many people is famous. A lot of people have poor life in there. A lot of people have to go out to work hard. But therefore their life is difficult.
The life condition in Vietnam is not good, but all of the people here is satisfied with this because they love their country so much, so they can satisfied with this and try to improve their condition.
A lot of them say in Vietnamese than English. Yes. But they like to study a lot of. I like to become a good teacher, a good English teacher. Then therefore I chose this job. I feel happy when I teach there.
It's been a pleasure to go to Vietnam. I learned about many different things like their culture, the way they eat, prepare their food, their home, their background. Also, I'm also very thankful that I live in Singapore and everything is there's more technology and more efficient. And it's been a pleasure to go there, and I hope I can go to Vietnam again to help my children.